With regards to COVID-19, it was obviously a big shock, I think, to the world, but to us as a company as well. It came at a time when the company had a lot of momentum and things were going along really well. And this was really a shot out of the dark. We actually quite early started to procure masks and sanitizers so that when it actually landed on South African shores, we had already had a reasonable stock of that, and we were then in a position to supply masks to our staff and workers and sanitizers and put all the precautions in place.
Our COVID-19 response plan actually started way before the initial lockdown. We had a plan in place to make sure that we protect every employee coming inside our workshop offices.
We had screening at the gate from about 3-4 weeks before lockdown. We had people sanitizing. We had already issued masks. So we sort of put those precautions in place quite early. And then being that we are a critical supplier to the mining industry, under late level 5, we already got our essential service provider letters from various customers as they needed spares in order for them to keep operating. But we made the decision very early that we were only going to bring back the absolute necessary staff. So as a result, from the lockdown on the 27th of March last year, we have only had the workshop come back in its full capacity. And in the office block, access is very limited. There's a few people who work on site on a full-time basis because their jobs require them to be on site. But other than that, everybody else is still working remotely. We haven't brought anybody back.
After the initial hard lockdown, we obviously started coming back and starting off on site here with all the employees. What we tried to do right from the start was to empower them with knowledge so that they know exactly why and what we are doing. Because obviously this was very strange and very new to all of us.
We had enough sanitizing products available to make sure that we cover all our PPE needs. Our employees are screened twice a day when they come in and also when they leave to make sure that we catch any early symptoms. Our offices are sanitized and fogged on a weekly basis to make sure that we catch any viruses that may have spread between the employees.
At the end of the year, we already planned a new strategy for the new year, where we had on-site testing with a test lab that actually came to our premises, where everybody that was returning back to site was tested on a specific day.
We are very proud of the fact that we've had absolutely 0 cases on site. So we've had a couple of staff members get COVID, but they haven't been on site.
And obviously those guys were isolated and they were in quarantine for the prescribed amount of time, which was 14 days. And I'm glad to report that these 2 individuals was tested again after the isolation period. They tested negative, and yes, we are all back and all hands on deck.
Our staff has been absolutely amazing under the circumstances. The compliance from the workshop staff, the people working on site, has been brilliant. Our priority is to keep our staff safe, keep the work environment safe for the people who have to work on site, and obviously try and ensure that when they go into the community that they are looking after themselves and their families in the community so as to try and lessen the impact.
We urge all of our employees to stay safe and stay home.
Bye.